What's up guys, and welcome once again to another video. My name is Soy Ricardo and we have an excellent video this week. Now I've been looking at some of my past videos that I've made, and some of the most successful videos on this channel have been videos that I've made about my MacBook Pro, the M1. This is just like a 4 or 5 month update on this M1. I've been using it constantly for work, and I just wanted to give you guys another update about 5 months later. So without further ado, you guys already know this is my MacBook Pro. This is the M1. It does have maxed out RAM. It does have just the basic amount of memory, which I think it's 256 gigs. Everything has been working perfectly so far. Now we are going to be talking about some of the cool things that I've kind of liked overall in this laptop, and we're going to be talking about some of the things that I found that are kind of lacking. Some of the cool things that I do like about this MacBook Pro, it's very small and tiny. The battery life on this thing is amazing battery life. I've taken it on trips, and on one of the trips I accidentally forgot to bring the charger, and even when I was using it, I was at like 80% battery and it was able to come through. So that is one cool thing. If you ever do forget your charger at home and you have a decent amount of battery left in your computer, if you're not going to do anything heavy like, you know, render out a video or edit a 4-hour video, you might still be good. Battery on this thing still amazes me today, and I use it constantly for work. I've never had any issues with the charging on this awesome MacBook Pro. So battery life, check. A lot of people have been, I guess, leaving comments on my videos about these computers, and a lot of people are still having issues with Adobe products, and a lot of people are not having issues. A lot of people are having issues. It's just kind of like a mixed bundle right now. 50 are not having any issues and 50 are having lots of issues. Now, one of the things that I am going to say is that the Adobe experience on this M1 MacBooks are still not that great. You know, mine have been working perfectly, at least all of the Adobe programs that I do use. I use a lot of InDesign, Photoshop, and Premiere Pro. Those are probably the top programs that I use the most for work purposes. You know, they've been working fine. A couple of things that I do that I can notice on these things is that some of the Adobe features inside Adobe like Premiere Pro are not as good as I would like them to be when it comes to like motion graphics. I know that even recently with the new update to Premiere Pro, I lost a lot of my graphics that I had made from scratch, and I mean, luckily I had them saved, but they completely erased from the program itself. I had to reinstall them, and that was a big issue. So yeah, I think when it comes to Adobe, there's still a lot of, I guess, improvements that they can make so these computers can work flawlessly with Adobe products. I know a lot of people, including Matty Hapoya, which is one of the YouTubers that I like to watch, he even switched back to Final Cut Pro, and because he was just having way too much issues with color grading and a lot of issues with Premiere Pro. Now, one thing that I can say, and this is a positive, when it comes to rendering, at least in my experience on the videos that I've been using and exporting for work, the export times are super fast on this computer, at least in comparison with my desktop. Way faster. able to multitask. I can have Photoshop open, I can have InDesign open, and I can have Premiere Pro open all at the same time, and there is no lag, there is no frames dropped. I can do multiple things at the same time, and that is something that I cannot do on my desktop. Now, my desktop is kind of old. This is a 2015, but I am not able to have Lightroom and Photoshop open at the same time. It is impossible. I get the scrolling wheel of death, and it just pisses me off. Now, if I'm just using Lightroom by itself, yes, it works fine. If I'm using Photoshop by itself, yes, it works fine. But there's no way that I can have multiple programs open. So that's the Adobe experience. It's still not 100% on this MacBook Pros, but still, I think it's getting better slowly. But please, Adobe, hurry it up. I want to be able to have 100% efficiency all over the Adobe platform with all the programs. So please. All right, so let's go ahead and move to some cons that I've had recently on this MacBook Pro. And one of the things that a lot of people are still talking about is the lack of ports. What's up, guys? So one of the things about using this new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip, besides the fact that it has very, very little ports, that you have to have some sort of a dongle for you to be able to plug in stuff that you use on a daily basis. Especially for me, since I use a lot of files that I download from the cloud or stuff that clients give to me. I need like a device for me to be able to, you know, plug in my SD card and stuff like that. So that is one of the things that I find that it's kind of like a con to these new MacBooks. But I've been watching some videos about some of the leaks for the newer versions of these MacBook Pros, and supposedly, now these are just rumors, I'm not 100% sure, but supposedly these new ones will have more ports, and they would actually even have an SD card reader right on the side of the new MacBook Pros. As you know, this MacBook only has two USB Type-C connectors on one side, and on the other side you do have a mic jack, but that is it. And well, one of the cons is actually, you know, a lack of ports. I did watch a video about some leak images of the new MacBook Pros 2021, I guess the new ones that are going to come out maybe later on this year. And those seem to be fixing that issue, having multiple ports on both sides. Now, if you do want me to make a video on these leaks or on these new MacBook Pros that are coming out, just leave a comment below. Maybe hit the like button, just letting me know that y'all guys want me to make that video. At least for me, this hasn't been working that well, and that is the fingerprint reader. Now, this could be just me. I'm not really sure, but I have a lot of times that it doesn't read my fingerprint properly. Although another thing that they mentioned on the new upgraded ones that are rumored is that they're going to go ahead and get rid of that whole little bar on the top, and we're going to get the function keys back. I don't know if they're going to remove the fingerprint scanner or not, but as far as the little touch screen on top, it's going to be removed on these newer models. Now, like I said, these are just rumors, not sure 100%. Don't really mind that little screen. If they took it off, it wouldn't be a big deal for me. But as far as the finger scanner, there has been a lot of times where you just can't read it. I had to do it 1 or 2 or 3 times sometimes. Sometimes I just have to type in the password because it just doesn't read it at all. Those are all the things that I can kind of say 5 months later after been using this computer every single day for work. And overall, I still think it's an awesome computer. I still think that once Adobe gets these programs running fully, these computers are going to be a beast. Super nice, and I just can't wait for that to happen. So alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this week's video. If you like this week's video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Make sure you hit and smash the notification bell so you guys can get notified for future videos. And that's pretty much it. If you have any comments, please put them down below. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Be safe out there. Peace.
Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block on my black.